What's everybody?
What's everybody? What are you guys? Human?
What's happening, everybody? This is Dinx and Voyce back at it on another pre-E3 special for the GamerNerdz Now Loading podcast. So during E3, you know, sometimes there's just so much stuff. It's hard to keep track. But we've been following a lot of major unveilings, and I'm going to talk specifically about trailers. So obviously you want to hype up your game, and the publishers know this. So there's been a lot of major trailers unveiled this week. Some good, some amazing, some downright confusing. So we'll talk about the first one that was very controversial. I did not like it, to be honest, and a lot of you didn't. But we'll talk about the Hitman Absolution Saints trailer, which was very confusing to me because it portrayed Hitman or Agent 47 in a very action-oriented way. And then you had this little thing about him brutally killing nuns who were dressed as spandex-covered strippers. A lot of people said it was going too far. I mean, I understand games are games, but it was very graphic depiction of him beating women, shooting them in the head. I mean, it's a game, it's art, you stand by your product. I think it went a little bit too far. What do you think?
I don't think it went too far, and in fact, I spoke a lot about this, a lot of slack.
A lot of slack.
Thanks, guys. But listen, when I saw the trailer, first of all, I thought it was an amazing trailer. It looked beautiful. It was very artistic. Yes, there's a lot of religious undertone. You do have nuns dressed up as strippers, or strippers dressed up as nuns
with rocket launchers.
With rocket launchers, and he is taking them down and he's killing them. But come on, like, we see this all the time in movies. No one complains because movies are movies, but as soon as it's in a game, suddenly it gets all this scrutiny, and I think it's really biased, guys, because we're trying to move away from that. We're trying to move to to a point in gaming where gaming is a viable and a real media outlet.
Okay, but so who is that trailer reaching out to?
I don't know
which crowd. Is it the crowd that gets excited over? I mean, fine, boobies and spandex. You know, who doesn't love them? But you know, me and you, we're a bit more mature, and I kind of roll my eyes when A was nuns, and then they became these, wearing 6-inch heels with spandex. I was like, what the hell's going on? And the trailer was, I mean, it's really well done. I just understand the point of it, and I was kind of like, okay, that's kind of a turn off.
For me personally, I think people should have just held back on their opinions. Really drastic opinions, and just wait until the game comes out, and we'll see. Okay, are these nuns, do they play a part in this game?
Well,
or
I mean, why would they do this crazy trailer?
Exactly. If it really was just for shock value, then IO Interactive, what the F. But I think I'm pretty sure there's a reason for it. I still liked it. Listen, I stand by art, and I think it was art. And guys, if you guys are having issues with it, I get it, but come on, it's just, it is what it is.
You know what they did? I mean, I'm sure they felt a lot of flack about it. They must have got, so they actually unveiled the gameplay.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, Hitman Absolution looks freaking amazing.
Yeah, I will agree. I've never really played the Hitman series. Never been a big fan of Agent 47, especially after the movie. But
it was good.
It was okay. So seeing the trailer, I do like the fact that, I mean, from what I've seen anyway, is the fact that you can tackle your kills from really differently.
There's so many ways.
So many options. You can go straight up and just shoot the guy dead blank in the face, or you can lead them away. I mean, it's just, I think they really thought that out, and the crowd control, the sheer amount of people on screen at the same time, that was impressive.
Very impressive.
So listen, but I kind of wanted them to have showcased gameplay footage that revolved around the nuns, so maybe we could have seen that it was something that's actually in the game. You know what
they reminded me of? They reminded me of the women from Metal Gear Solid 4. Those the crazy bosses that become these like beautiful women. But that's enough about Hitman Absolution. So we're gonna definitely review that coming this November.
Yeah.
So another big trailer or reveal this week was the next Gears of War game, which is made by the guys behind Bulletstorm. It's called Gears of War Judgment, and very surprising. It focuses around Baird, who I didn't think get a lot of coverage during the Gears of War game. So there's no mention of Marcus yet. It's supposed to take place before Gears of War 1, and it's squad-based. There's going to be classes. They're going to combine Horde mode and Beast mode into one mode called, I think, Overrun. But you'll have players playing as the Locust and players playing as, the various Locust classes and as the Gear. So that was really cool. Another really cool trailer, which kind of, blew me away because this game is kind of hidden. It's been a while since we've seen Lara Croft in a game.
Yeah.
And they're rebooting the series, which just seems to be the cool thing to do this year. So the new Tomb Raider gameplay footage trailer came out, whatever it is. I was very, very surprised at how grimy and gritty the game looks.
Yeah, you know what? I'm really my voice cracked there. Really. In the past, Lara Croft was really just known for her big assets.
Huge cannonball boobs.
Yep, and I'm happy to see that in this one the focus is less on that. And in fact, they've toned her down to be more realistic. Yeah. But seeing this trailer, I mean, we saw it last year, and I was excited about that. And
you know what? It looks a lot like Uncharted.
It looks a lot like Uncharted, but it just seems like it's going to be extremely dark. They're taking Lara Croft back almost to the roots and reinventing the wheel at the same time, and I really love what they're doing with this. If the game stands up to what we've seen in this trailer, it's going to be epic on story proportions. Gameplay is going to be out of this world. I think Nathan Drake and Lara Croft need to make babies.
God. Alright, so Eidos and Naughty Dog, you heard it from Voice. He wants cross promotion.
Do it.
So yeah, Tomb Raider, I mean, it looks really cool. Push out to next year. I'm looking forward to that. Another trailer that really kind of calmed my nerves about a game, and I was kind of worried about this, was the official E3 trailer for Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. Now, I'll say it right now, Platinum Games made Bayonetta. Me and Voice love that game. Metal Gear Rising looks like Bayonetta plus Metal Gear with a bit of Raiden. Yes. And this is what Ninja Gaiden 3 should have been. Completely over the top, just gratuitous violence. It's just absolutely insane. I'm really excited for Metal Gear Rising just because I need some sort of insane over-the-top action game. Ninja Gaiden did not do it for me, and I think this is going to do it very well.
I do like over-the-top, action games like Bayonetta, but the Metal Gear series has always been one of those serious, although albeit some comical moments, but it's been serious.
It's absolutely insane.
Yeah, it's quote-unquote over-the-top while being realistic.
No.
and
really, so vampires and robots.
Exactly, it's over-the-top, but it's grounded. Whereas this trailer, it just, I don't know, I don't think it fits in the Metal Gear realm.
But it's not. It's a new series. It's Raiden.
I don't, listen.
You know why? You know why I'm hyped for it? Because Metal Gear, okay, you play the game, it's very stealth oriented, you can do your kick punch combo and that's it. They show the cutscenes, like the cutscenes in Metal Gear Solid 4 when Raiden is fighting Vamp and stuff, like it's crazy.
Right.
I wish you could play that, and this Revengeance or whatever it's called seems like it's going to that level of zaniness, because the cutscenes in all Metal Gear Solid games, all this crazy stuff happens, and then you go back to playing the game and it's, your kick punch combo. Like it really was deflating. But the trailer, like when he cuts up the helicopter and you choose the direction he's like that was awesome, man.
I'm sorry, no, I don't think, I agree with you. In Metal Gear Solid 4, you have all this epic stuff happening in the cutscenes, and you go back to the gameplay, and it's kind of like, I thought you could jump that far.
No,
anyway,
you can't do it.
So, but in Metal Gear Rising, it just seems it's going too far, and I'm even in the recent trailer, the one for E3 2012, I'm trying to understand where they're going with it, and it just makes no sense. The music they used in the background was hella confusing. I don't know where they're going with this. I'm not looking forward to this at all. I kind of hope that it comes back somewhere that makes more sense, but I'm not happy to pass on this one.
I think, like, I still have not beat Metal Gear Solid 4. I can't get myself to do it. It's too crazy. The series, you can all say it's grounded. It's not. It's absolutely insane. Everything is over the top. It takes itself very seriously, and it shouldn't. I think it needs to be silly for some people to enjoy. And like I said, Ninja Gaiden 3, Tecmo or whatever, you guys need to follow this, because Ninja Gaiden 3 sucked, and Metal Gear Rising does not look like it's gonna suck.
Listen, it's a good thing that Snake's no longer around, because if he was,
okay, spoilers, but whatever.
Come on, guys, if you haven't beat Metal Gear Solid 4 by now, then you're Dinx. But if Snake was around, he would be shaking his head. No, I'm not approving.
No, I think they need to do it, and good stuff on them. So now, there's one more trailer we're going to talk about that I was not expecting. We watched it. I think I watched this literally 48 times in the past 2 days. So, Mercury Steam, they are making and officially unveiled Castlevania Lords of the Shadow 2. If you have not played the first game, turn off the podcast right now. Major spoilers. Okay, you got a warning. Your second warning. We're talking about the game now. So, at the events of the end of Lords of Shadow 1, we find out that Gabriel turns into Dracula. Okay? Yes. And it was this crazy New York setting. Zobek comes back, and I want to find out what the hell happened to Gabriel to make him become Dracula. You played the DLC, you actually find out.
You find out what happened, yep.
this trailer, I mean, I don't like CG trailers because it kind of takes away from the game looks like. It was so well done. The music, the fact that he just slaughters like
entire army,
just with his whip, and he fights this crazy the Titan. He turns into a bat, and then you have the reveal at the end. Either it's Alucard. Some people were saying that it's the future version of Gabriel coming back in time to kill him. Like, I lost it. It's so amazing. Best trailer I've ever seen in my life.
If I'm not mistaken, and I think I read this somewhere, that in the game you are trying to stop the coming of Satan, and at the same time, Lucifer, while trying to kind of deal with the Belmont family coming after you. That's sick, because we've all played Castlevania, the past games, and well, I guess the other universe of it, and the Belmont family has always been the main characters, but here you see the other side, and it's kind of cool because one thing I really loved about the last game was the fucking ending. I'm sorry I cursed, guys, but the ending, I was just like,
did not see it. I was like, why are we in New York City? What's going on? And like, holy crap, he's Dracula now, like.
It's a big, that of all endings that really just take you by surprise, that really, I think I replayed the ending just to get that ending again. Fucking awesome, guys. So I'm excited about this, dude. This one looks amazing. It should be great. And if Mercury Steam shows as much fidelity as they've been showing, as they showed to the game, as they did to the trailer, then this game is going to be fantastic.
I really wish we had time. We would review Castlevania: Lords of the Shadow, but the soundtrack of that game was fantastic. Like, it really, suits the tone of the game. It's very epic. So I don't remember the guy's name, but the composer, some Spanish dude who did the music for this trailer, which suits it. Like, there's nothing, it's perfect. Like, when they reveal whoever it's Alucard or future Dracula, you have that, like, that crazy, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, the trumpets go off, like that
stuff.
Oh my god, man. Like, it's like hair-raising stuff. Like, the visuals, and I know Castlevania Lords of Shadow, I mean, was a fantastic looking game. There was a lot of frame rate problems, unfortunately, but I love the gameplay, I love the story, I love the voice. Like, it was just quality all around.
It was done right. Yep.
It was done right. Lords of Shadow 2, man, that trailer, like, I think it's great they did it before E3, because right now that's the best trailer I've seen so far, and whatever's coming after I have a lot to live up to, because Lords of Shadow is on my hype list. I cannot wait to play the sequel to it.
I think really most of the trailers that came out this week have been fantastic. Lara Croft's Tomb Raider, that was amazing. Yeah. This one is amazing. Metal Gear can kiss me arse. But no, okay, I'm gonna talk about one last trailer before we get off this, and that's, I saw the trailer for Kingdom Hearts 3D, which is gonna be coming out for the Nintendo 3DS.
Not 3DD.
Not 3DD. If you guys watched the last podcast,
isn't it it's Dream Drop Distance? Isn't it D cubed or is it 3D?
I think it's 3D. I don't know. It's something.
The problem, okay, one thing about Square Enix, specifically with Kingdom Hearts games, like Square Enix in general, the names, like, I don't want to take away from you, the way they name their games. So there was a 3DS or a DS Kingdom Hearts called
Birth by Sleep or something.
Birth by Sleep.
Then
there was another one that was 358 over 2 days, like, and then there was the Final Fantasy like Duodecim fight. Like, I don't know. They need to think of better ways to name the games. So I don't know if it's 3DD or D cubed or whatever, but
I think it's 3D. Anyway, so. It looks good. It looks interesting. The fact that you're playing as Sora and Riku, conjointly, I guess. I don't know where it takes place, though. I don't know if you're playing during the events of Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. Or does it take place after? I really don't know.
Is this the one that has, like, Tron in it and stuff?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like really, it has Jeff Bridges in it, and, like, okay, I've seen that. It looks pretty cool.
It looks pretty cool. So, yeah, I will be picking up for sure. Probably one of the only games I'm excited about for the Nintendo 3DS. So far, and I don't know, Kid Icarus that came out, I don't care. So I'm excited about this one. Now, like I said in the last podcast, come on, Square Enix, we want Kingdom Hearts 3, make that shit happen. And before we close off, let's just give a quick review for Batman Arkham City's DLC, Harley Quinn's Revenge, because it's really short and there's no point to give it a full review here. So I'll just get onto this. Story-wise, this is amazing. It feels like, I keep saying this about the Batman Arkham Asylum City games, is that if they feel like lost episodes of the comic and the cartoons.
Literally, he said that in every review.
Every single one. And this is, you can quote me again, I said it again. It feels like a lost episode. It takes place after the events of Arkham City, a few weeks after Batman is missing, etc. So Robin goes after him. You do play as Batman and Robin conjointly at different points of the game. So I do like it. The gameplay is fantastic. Playing as Robin is a welcome change. Still want a Nightwing.
But you mean, did you get the DLC? Because he was in the DLC.
Yeah,
so.
no, but I wanted him in the game. You know, in an actual story type mission.
But nobody likes Nightwing.
I love Nightwing. He's the bomb. You go after Harley Quinn for reasons that you get into when you play it. It's really good. It also takes a more emotional take on Batman's, I guess, his mind state after the events of the game. We're not gonna spoil it.
You guys need to play Arkham City. Like, that was also a shocker.
Yeah, exactly. So it's worth the download. Now, my main issue with this is the fact that it's really short. I sat down, you know, I started playing it. I was ready for a good 6 hours of gameplay, and I got 2 hours. You know, I put on my lazy pants, lazy shirts, and I didn't need to use them.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of really cool DLC coming out. They also unveiled the first official trailer for the Skyrim DLC called Dawn Guard. Looks kind of cool. So, I mean, this is only pre-E3. It's, you know, only been 1 day since they unveiled all this cool stuff. So next week, man, it's E3. You're gonna see new hardware, new games, you know, crazy announcement, crazy surprises. I'm really excited. You know, Voyce and I are excited to bring this information, and we look forward, you know, to bring it to, in the future, I guess, more. Make sure. I don't know what did you I don't know. I kind of just had a brain fart there.
Put words together.
Just like do.
I think what he was trying to say is that we look forward to bringing you all this news in the future. So follow us on Twitter at TheGamerNerdz. Go to our website www.thegamernerds.com. I'm Voyce. That's Dinx. We out.
Peace.